So I'm standing here with two Oceans, almost identical. This one has the hood open, this one does not. And most of us who has opened the hood know that it's a little bit cumbersome. First, you're going to get a pry bar tool, tear off this front plate. Going to have a magnetic socket you stick in here and a tool to operate the socket with to unscrew the bolts before I can open it up. That's going to be a better way. And here's our better way. I'll open this one and you see how easy it could be done. Here's a little zip tie. I have these handy dandy 3D printed bolts already attached to the bolt. They're made so that when it's in, locked, they will not unscrew. You can see they're locked in this position. There's no way the bolt can unscrew. And voila, you're in. In addition, I know a lot of us might use these. I had a little bit of electrical tape here just so that they'll still hurt, but at least they're not going to cut your head open if you don't put these on in time before you start operating on the car. But these are 3D printed ASA. It's a durable material. It locks in here, locks out here to unscrew it. In between, there's a little, dead zone. It's a dead zone where the bolt moves freely so that you can, after it's screwed in, you can index it so that it matches the right place. I will show on the other car how to attach the zip ties if anybody wants to do that. And otherwise, we'll sell these on our Aaron's website. As a kit, you get these two with the bolts, with the nuts all attached, and a handful of zip ties to make this modification so that it's easy to do.
And what's the Aaron's website?
Aarons.net.
How do you spell that?
ERRONS.net. So, for the modification, let me just take a look at the one I made already, because I've only done this once. But as you can see, I have two zip ties to pull on. So that was one. Take the other one over here. Bend the tip a little bit. And then we're going to have these. When you close this one, I'll just demonstrate. These zip ties disappear into these holes. There's no drilling. These are just the existing holes already. So I'll show you how I've got that in place. We'll go to the other car for that. So you want to have it come out of that hole to get it there. You trade it from one side onto the other. One zip tie. Same over here. These are all the pre-existing holes in the car. No drilling needed. And then we need two more zip ties. So thread it through this one, across here, and then you take another zip tie. Just give it a couple clicks. And we'll go for the other one on the other side. Come on. There's a sticker in the way. Take this zip tie. Just a couple clicks. And then cut off the excess. So the one we put on, this one here we do not need. Just cut that off. Same, we do not need this piece here. Cut that one off. And now every time you open the hood, that one can hang there. Then I would recommend putting a little bit of electrical tape on these, as I did on the other car. Tape is not included in our kit. So all you get in the kit is the bolts with the orange 3D printed item and some zip ties to add on to the front part of the car, so you can have it hanging and easy opening if you wish. Yeah, full installation, no tools needed. Maybe a pair of scissors to cut the zip ties so they look a little bit neat. But I recommend, yeah, you get a little bit extra zip ties in you if you mess something up. But I think putting a little bit of tape on here makes it a little bit less sharp, because I cut my head a little bit on it. So it will still hurt, of course, because it's a piece of steel. But if you don't have a foam thing, at least you don't have to cut your head open on this here. But otherwise, down here is a good place to put these. So if you're going to work on a car, you put these on and you're not going to hurt your head on these. But when you're done, you just put them down here and they're there for next time you open the car. Anyhow, now the modification is done. We have this one, easy open of the front part. And now we're just going to close the hood, put in our new bolts. There's one for the passenger side, the right side, and one for the left side. They're all made so that it will fit into this hole here. Make sure that the bolt is fully extended. Put it in and start screwing. Just show right now, the hood can move a little bit, but of course not all the way up because the bolt is stopping it. But even this is a 3D printed part, now it's stuck, it's in there. You see, it's not going to fit in here yet, but you push it in a little bit to the loose part, and you find a place kind of there, turn a little bit, and that one is on. Right inside. And there it is. There's a little lip on it so that you got something to grip on when you're going to pull it out, when you need to open it, so that it's not going to be too slippery. That is in. Now I put the front face on. Thread these in here. Zip ties to open with. Just make sure they stick out to the top. Nothing interferes with the clips. I just route the zip tie out along the crack here underneath the headlight. If you want to, you can take it on the inside, or you can take it down here, whichever you like. This is a new installation, this car. See if it works as good as the other one. Oops. And there you have it. Go to aarons.net, whole kit, 2 bolts with the orange attachment, and a handful of zip ties to make the modification of the front plate. Easy to do, no tools needed.